Well, we continue our Valentine's Day theme on the show here today, and we're so lucky to be joined by matchmaker or love head coach Susan. Susan, which do you prefer?
You know what? I'll go by anything but matchmaker and love coach because
Okay.
people, we match them up,
Yeah.
but a lot of people need coaching as well. So that's where the love coaching comes in. It's a nice way to put a spin on it.
Okay, so before the coaching comes, I guess the matchmaking part does. How tough of a job do you have in this market? I have friends that are single that always say, "You're so lucky you're not out there in this market where there's Tinder and there's all these different social media things kind of getting in the way." What do you think about that?
Well, I think there's a lot of choice out there, and I think people think of human beings as disposable and commodities. And what
Okay.
really needs to happen is you need to focus on each person and stop trying to look for the bigger, better deal. So we
Yes.
always have our eye on something else. And quite frankly, Calgary's a great market. It's a very homogeneous market. You know, there's slightly more men than women, depending on the age demographic.
Okay.
And so your girlfriends, we were just chatting about
Yeah.
this, that are still, young in their late 20s and early 30s. I think it's a lot of managing expectations. People always look for perfection, and quite frankly, perfection doesn't exist.
Right.
You need to look for a good person, and you don't know about chemistry until you physically meet the person. So have your parameters for
Okay.
sure, but when you meet someone, you know if you like them or not.
Right.
And also, men, as we were chatting offline as well, are quite simple in terms of being sexually attracted first. They're driven by that because we're all about procreation, as we
Right.
know, right? We want to
Yes,
reproduce
it's all about
accordingly.
making the babies.
So I would say to the women, they need to make sure that they maximize their up and their wow factor every single time.
Okay.
You look glamorous and beautiful. And some of the complaints I get about the women in Calgary is that they may need to just up how they package themselves a little
Ah.
bit more. So make sure that your hair looks good, your makeup, ditch the scrunchies.
Ditch the sweats, the Lulus.
Yeah, Vancouver has that problem as well.
Yeah.
And look like a girl, be feminine. And Calgary's such a friendly city, so be friendly with people. That's how you meet someone. But pay attention, get your head out of your smartphone, quite frankly,
That's a
and
good
get
point.
out from behind a computer and open up to what's out there. That's where the love coaching comes in. Like, change your mindset and how you attract people in.
What do you think when it comes to, is there still a stigma attached to getting help when it comes to finding someone? I have some girlfriends who are all about the online dating and trying to meet people through the internet, and then some who are like, no, that's for
Losers?
losers, or some that are completely closed off. Should we be open to different ways of meeting people nowadays?
You can meet someone anywhere, squeezing a cantaloupe at Safeway. You know what? This is a $4 billion business. It's growing. You can meet someone through any method. So it doesn't matter. And you know what? You hire a personal trainer to kick your butt and up your body,
game, yeah.
and you hire an interior designer. You go to a doctor. So I think that the stigma is definitely dissipating, and you should definitely hire a professional when it comes to your love life and outsource. But there's a lot of different options. So online works, obviously, it's
Yeah.
growing exponentially. A matchmaker love coach is typically for people that don't have the time, and so they want to
Right.
outsource. And we target men a lot as well. So busy men get overwhelmed by a lot of choice, and they actually take direction really well. And we represent some amazing human beings who just want someone else to tell them who to meet, where to go, and how to up their game.
I love it. So many great tips already. You mentioned something, manage your expectations, which I really like, and which really comes into play around this holiday theme of Valentine's Day. A lot of people expecting a lot during this time of year. When we come back, we're going to talk to Susan again about managing your expectations around the holidays. So stay with us.